Okay, so the title's a little bit of a clickbait. I apologize. This isn't some sort of confirmed link between the two games. It's more of this conspiracy theory of similarities and coincidences I've noticed that are gonna be fun to talk about. So let's do it. Okay, so Elden Ring and Devil May Cry 2 are not actually that similar as you may have guessed, aside from them both kind of being action games. However, quality-wise, there's an even bigger disparity. It's like comparing a 7-Eleven hot dog to a well-prepared barbecue bacon burger paired with a nice cheap beer. It's a night and day difference. However, these two games do share one thing in common, and it's their final bosses. Let's start with the basic premise. Devil May Cry 2 and Elden Ring each feature final bosses that are gender fluid, or feature a male and female form. However you'd like to describe it, this is not a very common occurrence. Radagon in Elden Ring starts out as Marika in the cutscene where you meet them, and the Devil May Cry 2 final boss actively switches between male and female forms mid-battle, which is really, really cool. And honestly, this is the only redeeming combat encounter in all of Devil May Cry 2. As someone who's gender fluid myself, I can attest to there not being very many characters like this in video games, unless you count this hentai platformer I play, but this isn't the time for that. But besides their visual design and placement as the game's final bosses, that isn't where the thread ends. No. You see, their fights are actually incredibly similar as well. They share a variety of moves. There's the teleport strike, which is honestly equally annoying in both fights. They both feature a big move where they jump up in the air and fuck your shit up. And actually, one of the moves the Devil May Cry 2 boss can do is incredibly reminiscent to Elden Stars, just like 5 times more difficult to actually fully dodge. There's also the big grab move that both of these final bosses have, though I have to admit the Devil May Cry 2 boss's grab is significantly more frustrating. The similarity between these fights is actually kind of astounding to me, because in Devil May Cry 2, you actually kind of fight this final boss like you would a Souls boss. There aren't a ton of opportunities to keep up aggression or big combos unless you're sitting in your Devil Trigger mode. Okay, so I've described how the boss fights are incredibly similar, but to what end? Do I think that Miyazaki copied the Devil May Cry 2 final boss? No, absolutely not. I honestly believe this is nothing more than a smattering of interesting coincidences. Honestly, Devil May Cry 2 is not a very popular entry in that franchise, for good reason, and drawing inspiration from it would be a little weird. And in fact, this is actually a pretty despised entry by a lot of people who have played it, besides that one Vinny Vinesauce fan.
Blood DMC2 is the best. Dante is good and best in game.
It is pretty interesting to see just how similar these two designs are for final bosses, fitting into the not very commonly utilized like female-male form shifting kind of design. It's pretty neat. And as far as Devil May Cry 2 goes, if there's something you're gonna draw inspiration from, it's certainly the final fight. It's the best part of that game, and it's even got Dante's cute little smirk instead of when he says jackpot, which still stays with me. So I hope you enjoyed this dumb little video about a silly little theory I noticed in a couple video games I play. I thought it was cool, I wanted to make a video about it. I would appreciate a like and subscribe because I had to replay through all of Devil May Cry 2 in order to get this footage, and that's a lot of torment and turmoil I put myself through to bring you content. No, I'm kidding, of course, but I hope you enjoyed this fun little video.